Hey guys, today I did Rumble Tower level 21, in which you have to fight level 23 monsters. By the way, I only have 2 level 20 monsters. Everything else is under level 20. So it was a bit of a challenge, but I did get there. So as always, I am going to speed up my failures and then talk through the winning match, and I'll put a time code up above. So let's go. First match versus Aries, Kana, and Harpy. I struggled with the first match quite a bit. I think I really wanted to save some of my better guys for later, but I ended up having to use Bigfoot, Gobby, and Death, all three which are really good. Death I needed to use because I needed Kana to keep going after his little Furby things. Bigfoot I needed someone to tank the damage, and then Gobby I needed for his damage, but also I did really need a stun at a crucial point, which is coming up. So basically what kept hurting me was Bigfoot couldn't take a counterattack from Ares, his ultimate, and then an attack from Kana. So, because he would just die from all of that. So, I really needed a stun from Gobby too, which is 25%. And it worked out. So I got there. Here, I didn't put Bigfoot next to Kana because he's not a danger as long as he keeps going after Death's Furbies. Unfortunately, once he gets his ultimate, you have to get someone next to him, and thankfully Gobby stunned him, but I don't think I needed that stun at this point because Bigfoot was right next to him. And just like that, he's dead. I think I pretty much needed luck on my side there. So the next fight actually only ended up taking like 2 tries, I think, so I didn't have to speed anything up here. It's against Sanka, Lamric, and Nobu. A pretty formidable team, but with Lamric starting on the board, I can just put my team out of his reach. Now I tried to go for a ranged team straight away here because I'm not having anyone take a Nobu counterattack. Not a 23 Nobu. I thought about using Missy at first, but I figured she wasn't really gonna cut it. So I had Hoggy come out, my little level 14 Hoggy, and I had to make some holes to protect those archers because none of the enemy were aerial, none of them were ranged, so as long as my archers are protected, I can kill them just fine. However, the main worry was Hoggy because I couldn't just have him sitting out in the open either because he's not going to take an attack head on from Nobu or Lamric either, probably. So I'm trying to be very careful with him while still creating some holes around my archers there. And I used Elsa. Elsa's a given because his damage is really good. Elsa, she gets her ultimate like really quickly, so I needed her. I don't know why I waited with Elsa there. I didn't need to. And yeah, so my Hoggy's only level 14, so like I love to think in my head that Hoggy's ultimate can kill anyone because it does such high damage, but he couldn't really do anything at such a low level, and he would have to be at really high level to kill Lamric here. But to my advantage was that Lamric was chasing after him now because of his low health, so I can put him behind some holes and Lamric is going to go for him until the very end where that didn't matter anymore, and I got really lucky where Awa actually dodged that attack. Thank God, because yeah, that would have screwed me up and I would have had to just keep trying and trying again until it worked. Anyway, so the next fight, I am going to speed it up.
Turn up. Let's go.
Okay, so this fight, I thought it would be appropriate to use the Carissa-Vlad combo, because no one really has skills that would not miss. Also, I thought, I did figure out that Coach Grizz, his attack, it does miss, but it still stuns Vlad, even if he is, under his ultimate. I don't know what it's called. But I also figured out that I had to defend with Vlad, and then he could only take one hit from either Hellboy or Kabu. So, like, I had to be lucky. Even though the number's there, he dodges 50% of the time, but still I had to get lucky there as well. So what I figured is that I would plant Sabrina next to Coach Grizz to prevent him from doing his ultimate, and also she can get some extra hits in because her initiative is higher than Vlad. And Coach Grizz's counter would hit Vlad. Well, he would try to counter Vlad, and then Sabrina could go for it without getting hit herself. So once I got rid of Coach Grizz, there was really no problem. Well, the other problem was that I was really worried about running out of turns because I really wasn't killing these guys very quickly. I mean, Coach Grizz, like you can see, he took so many turns by himself, and Kabu wasn't taking any damage because Vlad was only countering Hellboy as well. So it was just like, oh my god, I better not run out of turns, otherwise this is pointless and I'm gonna have to come up with another strategy. But it ended up working out. This strategy is pretty good to get through like most Rumble Towers, unless of course someone has an ultimate that can't miss. So yeah, it was just a matter of finishing Kabu off. And also making sure that the ghost kept his ultimate up. That would be stupid if I made that mistake. I got like all the way to the end and I made that mistake. Also, Carissa was doing like shit all for me. But we got there. We got there. So I got up to the last fight, which I actually didn't think I would get there. But yeah, I ended up getting there. So let's run through my fails and have a look at the winning match. Now, if I thought the last match was scary with the turn limit, this match was the scariest. I think I used right up to the last turn to get there. I also ended up leveling Missy just to use her for this. I probably could have looked at using another strategy, but she was gonna work, and I knew she was gonna work. So, this team is a really scary team. Mostly Wuxi. Alwa is scary as long as there's no one next to him, but as I kept Bunny right next to him the whole time. I wasn't sure what to do with Jax in the beginning, and I figured it's best to just get rid of Alwa straight away so that I'm free to move my monsters around the board, etc, etc. So I trapped him with Shark and Thumper and then went ham on him, and luckily he died fairly quickly and didn't dodge too much. And then I was free to transform Thumper and get rid of Wuxi. And Missy was just sitting there protecting Thumper as well, which was really nice, until of course she got pulled. But I mean, I wasn't too worried about that because like it didn't really hurt her too much. I don't know why I moved her up there. That was kind of dumb. But as soon as I got rid of Wuxi, I was pretty confident that I didn't need to worry about anything. Especially with Jax and Thumper like double teaming Turtle. It wasn't until I got right down to the end where I noticed I was like almost like time up with the turn limit. Especially since like it was working so well. I don't think I really got this far until like the very last few matches. So yeah, I wasn't too worried about Missy, but I really should have been, and I should have been worried about the turn limit, and I should have just let Thumper get transformed and just gone for the kill, I guess. But at least it worked. You can see this is the last turn and I was like, holy shit. I didn't even know what Missy's ultimate even did at this point. So I just kind of had to hope that it was gonna hurt him. And it did, thank God. So I got there, and the rewards was the only reason I was doing this for, because I got 166 Sabrina and 26 Epic, which ended up being Roll, which is not that bad. So I finally reached the top. It's over. I finally did it. Well, I mean, it's not over because I can still do it once a day, but I finally got to the top. So anyway, thanks for watching. There's my Rumble Tower playlist if you want to see any of the other ones. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!